Okay guys, hi. Welcome back to an intermediate session where I answer some questions that I've been facing or I've had in the past 1.5 days. Okay. I'm in the middle of preparing episode 3 and I was thinking of a direction or content on how to explain the next topic. When I received some questions which I think I need to address very early so that you guys don't get lost. Okay, let me just find the questions. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Why was the end result of the chroma screen key so bad? It looks so different in Hollywood productions. Okay, so the short answer is this. That chroma key pull I did for you took me an hour to set up, an hour to shoot, an hour, about 30 minutes to edit and explain the concept to you. In Hollywood, to set up one scene for a chroma key pull requires numerous people, all experts. It takes a week or 2 to do our 30-second scene, okay? And it uses equipment that is of Hollywood level, okay? Now, I could explain every single step right now in the video, but this video would become 3 hours long. So instead, what I would like you to do is to use YouTube, okay, and type, what is chroma key? And try to find a behind the scenes look at how Hollywood sets up the key, what is important for the key, and you will soon get an idea why time is the biggest commodity with regards to quality. Okay, guys? You can do it. You can pull a good key. You need to live within your limitations. And right now, our limitations are we have equipment that can only go so far, number 1. Number 2, you have knowledge that only goes so far, okay? So looking at Hollywood and setting Hollywood levels as your goals is fantastic. You're not going to get there. Not yet. All right, guys? Remember, like I said, this is an introductory course or lesson towards chroma keying. People have been doing this for decades and it's still a very hard subject. I've been doing this since the 80s, okay? Still a very hard subject. If you want me to pull a good key, I'll take days. All right? It's complicated, but don't give up. Number 2, can you do the effects of Doctor Strange? Yes. Do I want to do it? No. Again, like I said, anything that happens in Hollywood takes days, weeks, and months to prepare. If I'm doing it just to make me feel good, I'm wasting time. Remember, guys, I'm a businessman at heart. I only do stuff that I make money with. Okay? If I don't feed my family. I don't put food on the table. And the same goes for you as well. If you're going to take a month to do one effect, how does that help you in your portfolio quest? Does it give you an A in your exam? If it doesn't, move on. You've got so many things to learn. I'm not saying you shouldn't try. I say, please, by all means, go ahead. But don't focus on something that cannot give you immediate results. Learning media is a staggered process. There are levels. You cannot go straight to level 10 if you don't know what level 1 is. We're at level 1. All right. What's the difference between Premiere Pro, After Effects, and DaVinci Resolve? This question is answered on the internet profusely, but I'm going to give you a simple answer. Premiere Pro and DaVinci Resolve and After Effects are all video manipulation programs. Okay, I'm not using video editing software. Okay, I'm going to call it video manipulation programs. They allow you to manipulate videos to create content. How you manipulate the video, each software has different strengths. I'm not going to get into the details again as to which is what. Instead, I'm going to give you a very rough outline. Okay, Premiere Pro does video editing very well. It moves video clips around, you can cut the clips up, you can trim it, you can put transitions, you can make a program like this very effortlessly. Okay? What it cannot do is special effects work and very high-end stuff. Okay? So Premiere Pro is a very good starting point, it's a good learning point, but it is not the thing that a lot of Hollywood or industry professionals use. After Effects, on the other hand, is like a racing car version of Premiere Pro. It can do all sorts of stuff. That's the one that industry professionals love to use because it gives us power to do anything we want. The limitation is our creativity. Okay? What do you learn? Well, the answer is simple. It does not matter at this point in time. Okay? At this point in time, understanding the key concepts of editing, all right, should transcend the software. Whatever you learn here, you will be able to use with Hit Film Express, DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Avid FX, Avid VFX. It could the list goes on and on and on and on. There are literally thousands of different kinds of software out there. Okay, the concept is the same. You still need to import videos, cut the videos, trim the videos, lay them in a sequence, add music, add titles. Nothing changes. All right. So don't learn the software, guys. Learn the technique. The software is irrelevant. All right. Is compositing for video the same as for photos? Which do I learn first? Wow, good question. And for me, all right, I gained the most power by learning photos first. Okay? If you can do a composite in a photo, then you will understand the fundamental precepts of image processing. What does that mean? Imagine that if I could take my eye and place it on my head. All right? And if you look at that photo and you say, wow, that's so believable. Is that a real eye? Wow, it looks so real. How did he do that? That is compositing success. All right? But if I do it in a photo format, if I use Photoshop and I do this, I'm only learning one frame. Okay? I don't have to worry about movement. I don't have to worry about focusing. It's just one frame. So in terms of learning to composite in Photoshop is easier. All right? It's also a very profitable tool because if you master Photoshop, you get to do other things as well. Not only video. You can do desktop publishing, you can do image enhancement, you can do art. Okay, guys? So which do you learn first? I'll be honest. You are so early in your career as a media or a content creator. You decide which one you'd like to learn first. My recommendation, Photoshop. Play with it, get used to it, understand the concepts, and then once you reach a certain level of proficiency in Photoshop, jump to Premiere Pro and then back to Photoshop. These two softwares go hand in hand. Okay? Concepts that you learn in Photoshop easily migrate to Premiere Pro. The concept of layers, Photoshop has them, Premiere Pro has them. Both of them do similar actions. Okay? So, Photoshop, try your best. Again, YouTube tutorials are aplenty, all right? They may be a bit fast, they may be a bit complicated. All you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is play the YouTube video on a second screen, open up Photoshop on this screen, and press pause when you get confused. Rewind, watch it again. Rewind, watch it again. Okay? While you're watching it, click and do so that it sticks in your head. Watching something, you can't remember stuff. Watching and doing something, it sticks in your brain. Okay, guys? All right. Next one. Is it important to learn compositing? I shoot weddings primarily and event videos. I don't need to do special effects. Well, I've got a surprise for you, my friend. If you make a wedding and you've got a logo coming up and it's flying around, that's a special effect. I don't know what else to say. If you've got a text that's flying in and it's saying the name of the person, the date, the time, and the event, that's compositing. You have layered two objects, two elements on the video, and you're making something new. Okay? Most importantly, guys, if you're shooting an event video and all that, and you are doing color grading or color correction or spot correction, you're compositing. Okay? Which brings me to this most important point, and I'm sorry I may offend you, but if you're not doing any of the things that I've just mentioned, please don't call yourself a professional yet. You're a freelancer doing this on the side to help your friend. If you want to be a professional, if you want to be a freelancer, you need to work to the standards of the industry and not wait for the industry to come down to your level. That's not how it works, guys. You're a pro. Pros have a minimum standard, and that standard is not determined by you. It's determined by your peers, the industry, the marketplace, the environment. Okay? I hate to say this, but yeah, you're going to need to learn at least some fundamental concepts of compositing. All right, moving on. What else have we got? Okay. There are so many software to learn. Which do I start with, and why? Wow. I don't have enough hours in the day to explain all this to you. But let me go back to what I normally tell the students at KDU. The software that we encourage you to use are the Adobe Suite. Okay? You've got Photoshop, you've got Audition, you've got Premiere Pro, you've got After Effects, you've got InDesign, you've got Illustrator, you've got Media Coder, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, the reason why we use this and why a lot of the industry uses Adobe Suite is because these individual software, okay, when used together, all right, allows you to produce very, very professional media. Media, I notice I said media. Adobe Auditions for sound, so anything related to sound, you can use that. Premiere Pro is for video editing, okay? After Effects is for compositing, special effects work and all that, okay? InDesign is for editorial layout. If you want to do magazine spreads, printer spreads, posters, flyers, that's the one you want to do. If you want to do logos, fine art, graphics, Illustrator is the software for you. And Media Encoder is the one where it allows you to take all of your final products, squeeze them down into a nice small format, and then allows you to stream it on the internet or send it to your customers via email. Okay? All of these programs are connected. If you're making a video, you are going to need to use images that you've touched up with in Photoshop. You're going to need to use a logo that was created in Illustrator. You're going to need to use sound that was tweaked, sweetened, edited in Audition. You're going to need to use motion graphics, end credits, rolling credits, particle effects that was created in After Effects. When you learn all of these programs and you have mastered all of these programs, when I say mastered, I don't mean the software, I mean the craft of the software, you, my friend, are a professional. Okay? Oh, by the way, even that is wrong. In my industry, to be called a professional, you need to be able to say, that's the only thing I do. All my income comes from there. I don't have anything else on the side. You're a professional. All right? If you do this on the side while you work in KFC or whatever, you're a freelancer. Get those terms right, yeah? Very important. Your customers will know the difference and they may laugh at you. Just don't do that. All right, last one. I am new to video editing. Can you make a tutorial video about Premiere Pro? Of course I can. Again, I'm not going to, because there are so many tutorial videos on YouTube regarding all of these software. I can even provide a link in the bottom somewhere around here. I'll go look for some. And if you follow these guys, all right, and a lot of them are Adobe evangelists, all right? An Adobe evangelist is someone who works for Adobe and teaches you. These are the right people to learn from. They're working for the company that makes the software, all right? A lot of you may not understand what they are saying. It's okay. Press pause, rewind, and do recursive learning. Go back and say, what is that word? What is this he's talking about? Open your browser, type in that word, learn. Nothing is as fast as they seem. If the video is 3 hours long and you say, oh, in 3 hours I can learn Premiere Pro, no, 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 no. The video is 3 hours long. Your learning is up to you. Even if you're super smart and you watch it for 3 hours, you have not mastered the software yet. You only know what that guy tells you. There is so much more that needs to be acquired and learned and practiced. Okay, guys? All right, so I hope this answers some of the questions that you asked me earlier. I am still going to produce individual content, okay, especially regarding compositing, this topic of compositing, all right? But I'm just going to make it very clear that this topic only goes to a certain level, okay? Before I can proceed to the next level, your other skills need to come up as well. To be a great compositor, you need to be a great camera person. You need to understand the concepts of lighting scenarios, and you need to know you need to have a mastery of at least After Effects and a 3D software. It can be Maya, it can be Cinema 4D, it can be 3D Studio. Once you master all of these programs, you'll be able to create a fully immersive 3D environment that is professional grade. Is that important to you? As a student of UOW KDU, not yet. Your assignments, your school assignments are not that high standard. It will be unfair for the school to lump you with such a high standard of assessment, knowing that you guys cannot reach it. So, all academia around the world, the standard is much, much lower. Okay? Don't panic. I, on the other hand, my obligation here is to tell you the truth, to tell you what the industry expects of you, what the school expects of you, and most importantly, what you expect of yourself. Okay, guys? Do not panic. You have just begun your journey. Do not estimate success in 2 years or 3 years. I do this full time. When I first started studying this, full time, guys, every day in the job. And it still took me years to master. So relax, take your time, enjoy the journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.